Nā mihi nui e ho mā, kei te whakaro mai koutou ki te rongopai a ihukarauti mai iti te pukapuka a machu. Greetings again, friends. It's great to be with you for this gospel reflection again this week. It's coming to us from the book of Matthew. It's the dead of winter here in New Zealand at the moment. It's freezing out of my shed, but it's still great to reflect on the gospel daily as we walk with Jesus as a club. I'm Buckshot, coming to you from Wellington in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and she's pretty cold and miserable here at the moment. Great time of year for sitting by the fire and waiting for sunny days to go riding together on our bikes, and we actually had a great ride last weekend in a beautiful sunny afternoon. And also last week it was great to be encouraged by Renee for us each to stick together on the road. This travelling on together, like that motley bunch of disciples that he spoke about, is a real beneficial way of smoothing out our rough edges and polishing our lives into something beautiful. And this week, I'm subbing in for Barrow, who's snowed under with all sorts of things, including the 50th book. So next week he'll be with us to share some of his wisdom from the road. You know, without each other on this road together, it would be pretty difficult, barren and lonely. I'm incredibly thankful, not just for Renee and Barrow, but for all those that I share the road with, especially those who live close by in Wellington here, and some who ask me hard questions in various ways from time to time. You know who you are, and I appreciate you greatly. As often happens with the gospel texts, they come from a road trip with Jesus and his mates. Today it is a snapshot of one moment that needs a bit of context to bring out the depth of that particular moment. Jesus has been travelling on the road, and he's been questioned about who he is and what he's been doing. He has been welcomed for the miracles he has done, for the magic power he has displayed, but the explanation of that power and his desire for those people and places to become welcoming and hospitable, to be loving and compassionate, has been rejected. He's pretty sad with the response of many at the moment. Yet our text has him exclaiming a blessing to God for revealing the truth of his kingdom way to little children. The text is Matthew 11:25-27, and it is headed up, Good News Revealed to the Simple. And here it is. At that time Jesus explained, I bless you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for hiding these things from the learned and the clever, revealing them to little children. Yes, Father, for that is what pleased you to do. Everything has been entrusted to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, just as no one knows the Father except the Son, and to those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. And here we see the difficulty. This revealing of who God is and what the simple truth of the gospel is, that little children can understand, is known and experienced in the context of relationships. The Father and the Son together with those whom the Son reveals things to. A community, a diverse bunch. This is not an individual experience without external influence. The things that Chorazin and Bethsaida, that Capernaum missed in the previous day's reading, was welcome and hospitality, just like Sodom, that notorious place. They rejected the messenger, the person embodying the kingdom, despite being amazed at the miracles. It might be worth asking ourselves what it is that captivates our hearts and minds, our innermost person. Is it the magic miracles, or the simple love and embrace of a welcome? We all love that Lynyrd Skynyrd song, Simple Man, which speaks a lot of what Jesus is on about here. But as soon as we invite another person into our life, things get complicated. How do we practice love and hospitality with the complex histories and baggage that all of us carry? This is a deep discipleship question that we must wrestle with. From my observations of life and a little bit of research too, It seems to me that the people most able to embrace the simple way of Christian love are those who have the least power and the least resources. The learned and the clever from our text often have become that way through privilege, position, or the exercising of power, often by being a bully. This is not the embodiment of simple love. Simple love, welcome, and hospitality is all that you have when you have no power. Those best able to express this simple love in the context of relationships are those who have nothing else. In a very real and even magical way, this simple childlike welcome has a power far greater than anything else. This way allows miraculous things to happen when it is embraced fully. So the challenge for us in God's squad is to continually seek to divest ourselves of power, to make ourselves vulnerable, to take the lowest place, so that we can make space for the simple nature of gospel love to have room to grow. The clever and the learned have all the knowledge, all the programs and the power, but for things to change on the ground in our communities, it must be simple love that overcomes the complex problems that each of us carry. Simple love being worked out in the context of everyday relationships, friendships and neighbourhoods can and is transformational. Let's look past the magical programs and embrace hospitality, welcome, compassion and love of those that Jesus is already walking with and living with. Rangamāria me te aroha o te atua ki a tātou katoa. May God's love and peace be with us all on the road as we travel. Cheers.